guys, so today's empowerment message is about having awareness and to find those little details, those little signs you might be missing. So the awareness card says, pay attention to the subtleties. Look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. So sometimes it helps for us to step back from, something that we're doing, a situation, something we're trying to accomplish, so that we can have a brand new perspective, look at it with brand new eyes, and know that sometimes when we're trying to look too closely at something, we can miss some of those details. And, stepping back to get a broader perspective can help you see what you are missing. And what I was thinking about with this is like, when I was just writing, for my blog and also for the videos, I felt like I was just forcing it. And, sometimes I feel like when we are forcing ourselves to do things, like to come up with ideas, to be aware of certain things, to make the pieces fit together, we can miss things that are obvious, that are right in front of our face, because we are like just trying so hard for those pieces to fit together. And, at times in the past, and even like when I was just writing, sometimes I also feel like that might be like what creative blocks are and what writer's block is, like where we are trying so hard to make something work. And, we're trying to also like stick to deadlines and to hold ourselves accountable in certain ways and to make sure we're like doing our work and, getting our things done. But we can also try so hard to be doing that we don't really give ourselves like any creative freedom, and we can lose some of that inspiration and some of that like passion because like we're just trying to force it. So yeah, sometimes like now and in the past, I've tried desperately to make sense of a situation, to even find like missing pieces of a puzzle. And I wrote that like sort of literally, but it's also figuratively too, like trying to put like pieces together in a situation. But I was thinking like when you're trying to put pieces together in a puzzle, like I used to do puzzles like last winter. I think I did like maybe 7 puzzles earlier this year within a few months. Like they were so much fun and I love doing puzzles. And I noticed that like when I was doing them, also this is a metaphor too probably, but I was trying to look for the pieces. Like I was trying to look for all my edge pieces. That's what I would start out with, the edges. And I would be looking for the side with the flat side. So I was looking for like this specific detail, and most of the time I missed them. Like I would come up just a few short on the sides because I was just looking so hard. I was trying to focus so hard on finding these pieces that I was overlooking them. I was overlooking other details about these pieces. Like I was also separating them by color, and I was looking for certain colors, and I was overlooking certain details of them that could go with like, that could be helpful in a different way. So like I was just so set on specific details and for things to fit a certain way that, the pieces weren't fitting. And sometimes like I would literally try to like push 2 pieces together. And, sometimes we get frustrated when we do that. Like we're trying so hard for something to work and we just feel like it's going to work. It should work. Like this has to work, but it doesn't work. And when things actually do work, they're going to seamlessly like fit together, and there's going to be flow and ease with that. Like it's not going to feel rushed. It's not going to feel forced. And this can also go into like relationships that you have, like decisions that you make in your life. They are going to fit together with ease, and they're not going to feel forced. So sometimes it takes like stepping back in order to have that awareness, in order to see those little details that you might be missing. It could be any situation. It could be literally doing a puzzle like it was for me, and it could be writing, being creative, trying to make products, think of a new business idea. Those ideas are all going to come to you when you stop forcing it, when you are just letting things flow. And like those thoughts are going to come to you, those ideas, those little nudges, those, the little light bulb moments. Sometimes I get those ideas where it literally just feels like a light bulb went off, and I'm getting distracted by this here. Yeah, sometimes it feels like a literal light bulb was going off in my head when I get those ideas. So when we loosen our focus and we allow the signs to reveal themselves without us forcing it, we can learn so much more than we were initially forcing ourselves to, and things can make sense, fall like dominoes, like just the pieces can really fall together and fit together how they're supposed to. So whenever you feel like you are trying so hard to find those pieces and to fit those pieces together in the puzzle, take a break from it, walk away, let your thoughts flow how they need to, and come back with a new perspective, because the pieces will fit how they're meant to when we stop forcing them. Like I said, you can literally walk away. Sometimes, like again, when I was doing puzzles, I would just walk away. If the ideas weren't coming to me, if I was struggling to put these pieces together, I would stop and I would walk away. Like sometimes we can get like so obsessive. Like I know sometimes I feel like that need to, just keep trying, like, because it's gonna work, it's gotta work. But when we step away and we clear our mind, and I feel like the best way I can describe that is like to loosen your brain, because like that's kind of just what it feels like, to like let your brain go a little bit like numb for a bit. So try doing that and just focus on something else. Watch a TV show where you're not focusing so much on this situation that you're trying to force, because those ideas are going to come to you when they're supposed to. Even like when I write my I've been struggling a little bit with finding ideas for like my videos, and not so much the ideas but how I want to word things. And I feel like I've been struggling in trying to force it to be a little bit more digestible and stuff like that, to the point where it doesn't really feel authentic to me. So like while I'm writing, I still make sure that line by line it's still authentic to me and it's something that I would say. So wherever you need to take a step back to find the awareness, to be aware of even the things that you're missing. That can really help when we stop forcing things and we stop trying so hard to make it make sense. It will make sense on its own, in its own timing. And it's going to be at the right timing, because I'm sure like if you think back to things that you have worked on and things you've tried to make sense of, it all came together in the right timing. And even if that is weeks down the line, months down the line, years, you can look back and realize like, oh, this, I understand why that happened now. And these pieces, I see how they fit together. Yeah, I'm a little bit winded. I was just like walking with the dogs around the house and they didn't know what they were doing. So I hope that was helpful. Yeah, so just loosen your focus and distract yourself and do something else, and put your focus onto something else so you can come back to your original situation, your original idea, with fresh eyes, with a brand new perspective, because that is really going to help you in finishing that task and getting through that situation. Like even the times I was working on puzzles, the times that I was just like going in there with a numb brain and the pieces were just clicking, I was moving, I was just like, I wasn't forcing anything, it was just this piece is here, I know that piece is over there now, like it was just all fitting together. And the times where also get rest. I feel like being well rested can really help with having and finding those creative ideas, getting through those blocks. And do whatever you need to do. Again, go outside, focus on something else, put your brain onto something else, because we can also find inspiration, in other ways when we're doing those things. And yeah, you never know when it's going to make sense, how it's going to make sense, and it's all going to work in the right way for you in every situation. So that is it for now. That is my message for today, and I will be back tomorrow with another one. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whatever day this is for you and whatever time it is for you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.